You come inside and inhale up and exhale. So what we're doing is just waking up this body. I may keep doing that. I'm going to tilt my screen up just a hair, just a hair. Two, yeah, there, just a hair. Good, one more to warm up the body. Now we're going to stay arms forward and just add your heel raises. So we're going to touch the legs a little bit while we're up. We're also opening the arms towards the sky and trying to get all of the toes equal weight. Good. Here you are. Nice. Really good. All right, this is a little dynamic balance, so you're going to take 5 circles. I want you to think about trying to be as big as your circle can be for balance. Good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pilates. Welcome to Sculpt. Go the other way. 5. So you're trying to increase your dynamic balance. Feel all the muscles around your ankle and your knee working, and then this foot comes down. Breathe in, and this is a ball and socket joint. It likes to go circular, so does your arm, your shoulder. And 5 each way. Try not to touch the floor. At least 5 each way. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and then 1. Nice job. Now we're going to take a little slight hinge. Now the back leg is going to go up 10 times. Try not to touch the floor. 6. Hips are square. 7, 8. Now try the other foot down, hinge forward, and take 10. 2, and try not to touch the floor between. Oops, 5, I had to touch. 6. Nice job. Leave the left foot down. Take a tree at first, just tree. So we're going to be adding on. Let's go up. 10, 2. All these are for balance, to also support around the joints that keep us balanced. Knees, hips, ankles, feet. All right, add the arms out, rotate away. Now I'm going to bend this elbow because I'm too close to the wall, but see if you can open to the side away from your knee. Stand tall. Now start rotating to the front. Hands at the heart for just a moment while you gather your homeostasis. This hand, yep, if you have to touch the floor, just come back when you can. Try to do a quad stretch. Still balancing. 2, 3, 4. Or if you cannot touch your hand to your foot, just bend the knee and be in stork pose. You're tall. Now we're going to be leaning like a little dancer here, so push your foot into your hand. Breathe in. And then bring yourself back. Very good. A little balance on the other. Okay, so where were we? Tree. 1 foot. The other foot comes up. The arms also come up. And just get as tall as you can. 10. Pull the hip in of the standing leg. Good. Good. Tall. It's almost like your whole body's up against a wall. That looks good. Let your hands come together and then open them up like a T if you have the space. If you don't, you can bend a little, but try to add the arms long. You're rotating away from the knee that's in the air. Tall. Rotate towards the front of the room. Palms together for just a moment. If you can, the same side hand goes to the foot, or you could just bend your knee and be in a stork pose. Try to stay foot off the floor the best you can. 10, quad, 2, we're going to be adding a little dancer. Let me turn just so I'm able to show you. The back knee comes up. The torso can come forward. Next off, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and gracefully come up. Good job. Grab a set. We're going to do a tiny bit for the quads, hamstrings. Okay, this is a dynamic squat, so your heels are heavier. Now lower your glutes, and I'm going to try to be even in my legs. Lower the glutes. Good. So even, and you want to feel it. If you were on a scale, each scale would reveal half of your body weight. Okay. Actually, let's do 6. So this is 5. I was going to do 5, but let's do one more. Okay. Now you can do this, or if you would like, you can hold on to something and take a single leg squat. So now I've got one foot off the ground. I'm going to try to lower down. I like to touch the other knee to the floor. You could also use a go-go block or just self-regulate. So you will be tilting forward. You know how I'm always saying glutes back on a normal squat with 2 feet? We're going to do 5. Do what you can. And remember, one more backup plan could be you do calf raises. Like if you just can't do something like this, you can do something else for your legs. Now that was 5. I'm going to turn. Stay 1 foot up if you can. Bend the knees, or excuse me, knee. You do tilt forward in this. Good. 2. And your body's going to try to rotate and turn and compensate. Just notice how one knee, quad, hamstring feels. 5 reps. Track that knee with your second toe. Good, Jean. And 5. Good job. All right, now you remember we did some heel raises. Do you remember that at the very beginning? That's your base move. If you would like to add on pliancy, you could do a jump rope, which is like a pogo. This is called pogo. You want some pliancy in your body so you don't feel like you're going to crack when you fall, or you don't feel like you're calcified if you're moving. All right, now the other move, which is a really big gainer of bone density, is jumps. So we're going to do 6, but remember you can do calves or you can do the other. That'll go, Karen. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is great for the bones. 5, 6. All right, take a little breather. We're going to do one more set of those. Good. I like how you just kind of, remember you can do calves. You can do bounce, or you can do 6 of these to build bone density. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice job. Very good. All right, we're going to go down and do some planks. If any of you have had your lean body mass tested, I'd love to know it. We're going to come down, forearms down, toes back. Okay, plank. Hold 30. 2, 3. Try the nasal breathing to get your heart rate down. 4. Yep, energize your knees, Cole. That was it. 5, 6, 7. Good. 8, 9, and 10. Betty, you might drop your hips just a millimeter and see if you feel your abs more. 15, 10, and recover. All right, come on down, belly down. This is also for the posture. Take your hands low in a letter I. Lift up your torso, lift up your legs. Now lift your arms higher than your back 15 times for the back of the shoulder to get strong, to help prevent rounded shoulders. Now out like a letter T, 15 T's. $15 Y's. And a child pose. Nice job. Toes under. Let's stretch out those feet that we just worked a minute ago. Good. And a side plank. A 30 count. Good. So we're touching different areas of the core here. Thirty, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. Everybody looks so good. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Lower with care. Other side, 30. Go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Grab a sip. You guys are doing great. We're going back to the back. Prone, so belly down. Interlace the fingers, or you can leave them like the eye that we did earlier. So either an eye or interlace and lift everything up that you can. And recover. Really good. Now the hands come closer to the shoulders. Go up without your hands. Hover as high as you can without your hands helping. All right, add the hands. Oh, good. Elbows pointed down towards the floor. Shoulders are down the back. Try breathing in your nose. Breathing out your nose. And even though you're breathing in and out your nose, you're not clamping on your jaw. You're just softly shutting the lips. And inhale. And then exhale, lower. Let's sneak into a child's pose. I'm going to do the toe curl under one again. If you'd like to join me, it's a great one. The feet. And then do a little cat-cow here. So the hands are down on the floor under the shoulders. The knees are underneath the hips. Now, if you have any wrist issues, you could tuck your knuckles, or you could put your forearms on the Pilates arc, or 2 yoga blocks. We are going to lift up our knees, though. So curl, curl, extend, curl, extend. Keep going. Possible add-ons include down dog. Lift up the heels, up dog, but you're articulating along the way. So the juice is in the articulation, although everything's got merit. This is a great extension and tricep builder. This is a great calf stretch, shoulder blade stabilizers, but see if you can make that articulation really work for you. You're as young as your spine. I was reading something on how a healthy spine prevents dementia because you've got adequate blood flow, adequate cerebrospinal fluid. So many good reasons we find out more than we originally thought. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, do one more of something articulative. Lift. All right, take a moment. I hope you enjoyed that. And interlace your fingers and massage it's a circle. Your carpals have synovial fluid, and this is like putting on lotion on the joint. So if you have any tightness, and in winter, maybe you notice your hands get tighter. So these are some stretches. Now either do this one with your hands down, or if you want, put your hands down and lean forward. You choose. So whatever, or if you want to change it up, you can. Nice. And then either do this stretch where you put your fingers down on the opposite, or you put your hands down and try to keep your elbows long. 5, 4, 3. We're taking care of our hands. Lengthen your elbows if you need more. Try not to let the elbows go out. Yeah, and then bring it out. Let's take a sip. Hot dog, that was good. Okay, a little bit of a mix up for abs. You can choose. Together, we'll do 5 bridges. Articulating. This is another one to articulate the spine. So we always have themes of spinal health. All right, now you can stay up. The pelvis is level. This is where you can check with your fingers. You should feel that both glutes are firing, both hamstrings are firing. You have space underneath the neck, and you have 4 corners of alignment on the feet. Now, you're welcome to stay here, or you can join me for 20 crisscrosses, which looks like this. Torso up, legs extending, or you could just leave the head down and go a little bit more vertical in the feet, and then you could pull your toes back for 10. All right, lower your head, let your hands go beside your pelvis. Lower to the left a little bit, and you can make it small, or you could lower towards the floor. And I call it partner drill because you imagine I'm on the other side of you. This is a double drill for 2 people, but we do it virtually. So we're clearing each other's legs, and heels go on either side of the person or a foam roller. Keep your ribs down. 1 more each. Both feet down, lift up your hips, interlace your fingers and open up your hips with bridge for 5. Bridge is always a great modification too if you need something different. It helps with that very common phenomena of gluteal amnesia when we sit for a long time. All right, lower that down. Now, if you would like, the move is legs up, try vertical, or you can come up and you can alternate. So we'll do 16 more, or you can keep your head down and do just the legs, or you could do bridge. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Feet on the floor. Lift your hips. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower. Now thighs up. Circle. This is a corkscrew modified, and I'll go through it if you need the other one. So if you just leave your head and your back down and you circle, it's modified. If you would like to add a hip lift at the 12 o'clock position, you can. Resist gravity. If you're used to the corkscrew and you want to go over to your shoulders and roll down, you can. It's a harder move. One more each. Good. And then right down the middle, feet on the floor, lift the hips. Now in this bridge, we're going to add 10 little pulses at the top, like a 1-inch or 2-inch pulse. Inhale, and then lower down. Hold onto your shins. Stretch out your arms and legs, double leg stretch. Hold onto your shins, stretch out your arms and your legs. If you're adding on, come up to your shoulder blades are off the mat, and then do the same move. You can do a bridge instead. You can do the head down variation. You can also modify with the legs up and the arms up, or you can go longer. I'm showing the harder 45-degree angle. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. All right, take a breather, let the feet down, but walk them 1 foot further away from you than usual and lift the hips. So just hold. A longer bridge. It's a more obtuse angle bridge. And then hug your legs a little here and just rock. If you have any knee sensitivity, hug the bottom of your legs. If you don't have any knee sensitivity, hug the top of your shins. And a little rock. We'll do one more classic ab one. So it's single leg stretch. So you're going to take your legs out like pistons. Think graceful, think controlled, think coordinated. And then you'll come up, and I'm going to cue it. The outside hand goes to the outside ankle. The inside hand goes to the inside knee. And if that's stressful to do because it's hard to see exactly what I'm doing, or you're just glad to be here, then just grab the shin that's closer. But that little bit of coordination is good for the brain with the blood flow. 4, 3, 2, recover. Let the legs go like a big V up and towards the sides of the room. See if you can feel your inner thigh stretch. Pull your toes back if you want more. Are they even, or is one needing a little bit more of your attention? All right, we have one more classic abs for Pilates here. So you're on the vertical, you're gonna lower down and then back up. Now I'm gonna do a little heel and calf add-on because I like tension to the ankle. It's so important to prevent falls, and it's good for the nerves. All right, if you wanna add on, hands behind your head, lift up your shoulder blades, and then do that double leg lower. In through your nose and out through your nose. Breathe into the side ribs so you don't have to compromise your abs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, lift up. Now for bridge, you can also take your arms up, palms towards the sky so you have a chest opener. 5, 4, 3, 2, breathe in. And then on the exhale, let your hands come to your thighs and pop up. You did great. Now we're gonna take a sip and then we're gonna do one stretch, the rack. So up, up. So we tend to shoot for, 8 to 16 ounces in an hour class. Lift your heart. So this is another posture one. I always like you to have things you can do that help your posture. So if you're already more opened up, like I felt I was more opened already just from our circulation, you can walk the arms closer together. Try not to just walk the fingers together and torque the wrist. Try to walk the arms together so the fingers still point straight back. Lift up, breathe in. All right, we did it. Now we're gonna do an isometric plank. So I'm gonna offer, if you want another sip, please do it. I'm tucking in for good form. We're gonna do a plank, which pull your forearms, pull your toes towards each other. So hold on to that higher intensity. 20. Good. Yep, that's it. That was great, Karen. So you were higher and then you kind of figured it out. Like your brain gave a cue and then your body responded. That's the idea. A lot of times I'll go through the cues. So head is back, shoulder blades are wide, ribs are lifted, but the hip isn't folded upwards. Knees are long. That's one of mine that I forget. I let my knees sag by accident. So energize your knees. Heels are straight up and down. And that's all the cues. Really good. Sphinx and or swan. Come on up. Good. Oh yeah, and breathe. That's a good cue. Hold 5. All right, now this one is a really good posterior oblique chain. It helps with functional muscles and gait, which is what we do a lot, and we need those muscles to work. So right leg, left shoulder, go higher, lower, down. Right shoulder, left leg, go higher. Now you're extending your spine and rotating. You're not collapsing in the waist. You're not bringing your ribs closer to your pelvis. You're lifting up the thoracic spine, the upper back, and you're adding a little rotation of the opposite. Check your wrists. They should feel neutral, look neutral. If they're having a hard time, just fold the knuckles. I find that helps me. All right, 10, 9, and you are lifting your head, but you shouldn't feel any cranking in your neck. 4, 3, good. 2, how high are you getting on each side? Windshield wipe is a method to release. And then we're going to do a swim. Legs go long. These are all dedicated for the upper back to be so healthy. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. So when you see people rounded, there is a way to prevent that. We can prevent it. Now, if you want to make this harder, all the limbs come off. And if you want to make it even harder, challenging, still a little faster cadence. One more cue. We're going to inhale for 2 through the nose, exhale for 2 through the nose. Lift higher. And a child pose. Now on this child's pose, we're going to bend the elbows as if you're patting yourself on the back. And remember, if your knees don't like it, do the best you can with flexion to keep them healthy. Maybe puppy dog pose. Awesome. Grab a sip. We're back into some fun planks because planks are really good for the body. If you have any metatarsalgia or pseudo-gout in your toe, grab a foam roller and put it underneath your shin. Go forward and back on this next plank. All right, and then we're going to go sideways. We're going to do a good old-fashioned rotation. Now I'm going to have my fingers folded at my knuckles or temple and rotate the torso. 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, lower the hip. Let's go to the other side. Good old-fashioned rotation. Fingertips fold at the knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, both forearms down. Lift up your hips a little bit. I know I don't usually say that cue, but do lift them up a little bit. I want us to have a little room to pull one knee under and then the other, and then pull one knee under and pull the other, pull one knee under. Now do the same thing, but make a little diagonal, right knee towards the left elbow, left knee towards the right elbow, right to left, left to right. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, child pose. Good. Let's sneak in 6 sideways hand here. Go up and over 6. We're going to do some weight training here in a minute, but you can tell this is good for the weight training because of the core, the shoulder blade stabilizers. All right, we're just doing one more and then we'll switch it up. Good, we're getting ready to start the sculpt, but let's do the other side. So we're just going to do a plank for 6 and then we'll do the sculpt. 2. Breathe in, 3, good. 4, 5, you did it. Nice job. Grab a sip and then we're going to stand and do biceps because that is one muscle group. It is going to be easier to get with our sculpt cue. Grab a sip. Welcome to the sculpt part, and you're going to be standing and you're going to have at least a medium band. Now I know everybody's different on this. And you can take your heels 1 or 2 and bend. Now 2, you got it. 3. In other words, you might find that you have one foot to have less tension, or you might need 2 feet to have more tension, or you might need a hammer grip. Maybe you have a Dynaband. Good. Wonderful. All right, last 5. Next soft. Do keep your wrist solid. Ooh, good job. Wonderful. Okay, now grab a slightly lighter band Now, if you only have one band, you'll just change how long your band is. Hi, stand there, go out, and notice we are tall, not leaning. This should feel working. Yes. All right, we're doing 10 more. And you want to be able to see your hand in your vision. You don't want that hand to be drifting behind you. You're tall, not leaning, or leaning back. Good. 7, not leaning away and not leaning back. 18, 19, 20. Other side, really good. So you notice we worked our shoulders in planks earlier, and now we're working them in different ways. So we want to challenge the muscles in different ways for the functional fitness. Good. 16, 17, 18, 19. Did I say that right? That doesn't sound right. Do 10 more. Karen, did I counted two? I think I counted two. Yeah, I don't know why. I started at a higher number. Keep going. I think I was multitasking with my verbal cues, but how we work the shoulders differently. Good. 2 more. Now, before we do the other one, I want to give you one of my favorite stretches. Notice the wrist here, they're neutral. Keep them neutral or safe as you go to here. In other words, don't let the band take you backwards. Breathe in through your nose. Now lower. Remember those I's, T's, and Y's exercises we do. It's kind of like that. You have 3 pec major attachments, and we are getting them all. That way, this is part of the preventing forward shoulder recipe. All right, that should feel amazing. But give yourself a little blood flow. We're going to go to the front. Take your heel on, go forward. Again, shoulders. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want to build bone density. 9, we want to build muscles. 10, 11, 12, 13. Good. I like that. You feel that core helping. 14, 15, knees soft. 16, 17, you're tall. 18, 19. Other one. Notice how you were strong and tall and didn't lean. That's what you want. You want to feel that in your body. You're not leaning back. You're not leaning away. You're not turning your torso. That's what's real easy in this one. The body will turn, but you want to keep it square. The hip bones are equidistant to the electronic device you're watching. Atta girl. Okay, we've got 10 more. Good. 3, keep your body tall. Make sure the neck's not doing anything straining. It's neutral. 17, 18. There should be a little tone here. 19, 20. Really good. Now this is a dynamic stretch. Hands pretty wide. Go up and behind. This is dynamic. Up. Before we did a static, this is dynamic. 2. Really good. Grab a sip. We're going to do some triceps. So we'll, shoot for 8 ounces during the half hour. Triceps. Hand behind you, one hand low. And actually, I need to get a more stout one. So I'm going to say medium or medium heavy. Push. The other thing you can do is change how much you're holding. But I do like to have a few different bands if you have that option. That way you can manipulate it better. All our muscles are different. And it's hard to find one band that fits for everything, but you can also double up 2 bands. So up, good. Polly, keep going. If you need a backup plan, you can do bow and arrow. That's a good backup plan for your tricep. Yep. So if you ever need another backup plan, and guys, I'm going to add 6 more for the behind, but good. That's a backup plan that doesn't involve you to take your hand back. Let's do 3. Good. 2. Probably that looks good. That is good. So you can even email me later and make sure that we're hitting all the modifications we need. So if you're doing the other side, you could do shave the back of the head. A modification would be the bow and arrow, where you take your hands in front of you and push out. Good, good. 5, 6. Practicing your posture cues. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you're tall, 18, looking good, 19, 20. Awesome job. Okay, grab a sip. We're going to do a chest press. You'll probably need a medium or medium heavy. We're going to go straight ahead. So yeah, good, Karen, that's it. So I like to have excess out of the way so it's not hitting me. We still might have to adjust on the first 2. That's okay, because you're guessing at first. Push forward, next, soft. Good. If you would like, this is a good one where it doesn't create chaos too much to lift up the heels. And you know I love calves because you can do them every day. They help with balance. They help with blood flow. If anyone's ever had some swelling in their ankles, it's not just that. Sometimes it's low sodium or low potassium, but still you can add something to do with the calves. Is going to help vascularization. It's going to help balance. Strong ankles, if you keep them aligned when you go up, you're getting your ankles stronger. So I love those. Now do still make sure you're lengthening your elbows even though we're adding on those legs. Make sure your knees are long. You should feel like you get taller and not just push your knees forward. 5, keep the knees long. 4, good. 3, 2, 1. You did it. Now we're going to go down to the floor. You're going to need a heavier band if you own a heavier band. So in the Spree collection, I like the purple one for the back because it's such a strong muscle. Or if you don't have that, a blue would probably be good. Or a gray. Walk your hands forward. And I'm not on the handles, I'm actually on the tubing. Bend your elbows and pull them close to your rib cage. We're going to add a palm up, neutral. Palm up, neutral. Palm up, neutral. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Exhale. Look at your posture. How good is that? Your ears in line with the shoulder from the side view. All right, let's go for it. Add a right, add a left, and I want you to feel in your own body. Am I turning the same on the right and the left? Can I add a little conscious attention on a side that feels like it's not going as much? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the band, and this is a stretch for the posture and the back. So when you're able to rotate adequately, it prevents the rounded upper back. So every time you walk, you have a rotation in your spine, but if it's not flexible, your body will round as a compensation. So we want this rotational flexibility. Breathe in and then exhale, go the other way. It's almost like you're backing out of your driveway and you don't have one of those smart cameras or a rear view mirror. You have to just turn your torso. So I feel like the left side's a little tighter today. If you have that, stay longer on your tighter side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. See if you feel neutral when you come back, or if you feel kind of twisted, do that stretch again if you need. Grab a band. Oh, let's grab a sip. Grab a band that's like a medium, or maybe a medium light, because the band's going to be around our feet. Our arms are going to be long. You're going to pull low. And if you have the tubing ones with the handles, I like to lead with the pinky. It slightly externally rotates the hand, the arm, the humerus, yeah. Oh, good. So you're higher than where your hands would run into the floor, but you're not so high that your shoulder blades are up the back. You're still trying to glide the scapula down the spine, down the back. You're tall. Now we're going to do a cue that I need help remembering, which is slow down on the way back. So pull, slow down on the way back. Pull, slow down on the way back. Work in the negative or eccentric. Good. It's okay if you feel your triceps. It's good actually, because the elbows long is, the triceps are doing that. They're keeping your elbows long. Now you should feel that big V muscle on the back too, and the rear deltoid, which we love because of the prevention of forward shoulders. 3. Feel some warmth in your back body. Woo! Okay, now I'm going to give us an informal roll. This is something you can do anytime. Especially if you are working on the laptop a lot, this is a nice cross the rope. Place your elbows very close to your body, sit up, and here we go. External. You notice I do some of these every time. This one is really posture oriented, so I tend to let the posture ones dominate. We make sure to do those. We're forward so much of our daily task with our eyes being forward, seeing forward, that we want to go after these back muscles. If you're not sure what your wrists are doing, scan them, and you might just scan to verify. They should be straight or neutral, not cocked in or out. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, we're gonna let that go for a moment. We're coming back, so leave the band handy. I'm gonna cross my legs, do whatever you want for your comfort to sit. Grab a sip. One hand can be on the opposite knee and one hand can be over, or you can put your hand down. If you're putting your hand down and flatten it out, that's good for the nervous system. Rotate down, rotate up. What does this side feel like? Now, when you change sides, what does this side feel like? It's not with judgment, it's an observation. So when I roll back, I notice I'm a tiny bit tighter on that roll back. So I've found a juicy spot I can stay. So you may have something different than the other, like I don't feel too much there today, but I have a juicy spot there. 5, 4, stretch out through your fingers too. We're always trying to help our hands. And then come back up. So those were posture stretches. Good job. Grab your band, probably the one you just had, a medium. Wrap it around a heel arch. Now this one, notice I'm going to look like I'm almost a letter T. I'm almost parallel to the floor, but I'm not quite. If you need to modify, go a little lower. This time I do have my palms facing each other or you. And I'm working on that rear deltoid. Can both arms pull the same, or is one arm a little stronger and you have to give your conscious attention? All right, now the cue that I need, slow down on the return. Slow down on the return. What I like, no one's aggravated in their neck on my view. It doesn't look like anyone's got their scapula by their ears or crunching their neck or poking their head forward. Okay, 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, I like it, 1. All right, now let's do a rack posture. This is one arm up, go back, one arm up, go back. Now soften both elbows, put your arms pretty close together. If you can, lift your heart. Oh, so all those 3 stretches that we are doing on the floor, they're for your posture. some people will tell you, oh, I get tight and muscle bound when I lift, or my joints don't move, but you can keep them stretched and you won't get that feeling of tightness around the bones, and if you're doing the exercises right. So don't fall for that. Keep doing muscle training. All right, so we are gonna change it just a little bit. I want you to grab a set of weights that lets you do a push-up, a chest press, but your modification would be a chest press on the wall, like you're doing push-ups on the wall. But if you are able to grab hand weights, 5 would most likely be the lightest for anyone, and then up to 12. So I like the feet on the floor. It's called a hook position. Some of you might like a little pillow underneath your head. Push up. There's about a 45-degree angle at the shoulder for most people to feel really safe. I think I mentioned I saw a study with women over 50. About 60% of them didn't even know they had a tear in their shoulder tendon, the SLAP tear. So sometimes you don't even know you have something. So if you feel any discomfort, trust that gut feeling and try a narrower arm to rib position so that we only do good and we don't do any harm. Let your belly pull in as you push up, so it's like an assist from your abs. It also supports your back. 6, 5, you feel your triceps too, that's normal. 4, we like triceps, don't we? Lengthen those elbows at the top though, lengthen them. 3, 2, 1. All right, keep those handy, but give yourself a full body stretch and reach through your fingers and your toes, spread out your toes, spread out your hands. We're always sneaking in some footwork too because we want to keep balanced. All right, this one's going to be like you're hugging a tree. Remember, a backup plan would be to do wall push-ups. So feet on the ground, the same weight or slightly less. So I'd say 5 to 10. So open up like you're hugging a tree. Again, if you have some shoulder issue you're dealing with and you find that any range of motion IQ is just something your shoulder doesn't like, find another way. Email me later. We'll figure it out together, because there's always, you can do a different exercise if you need. I mean, the main thing is we're using this time together to clear the mind of all else but wellness and do something good for our breathing, our nervous system, our hormones, our muscles, our bones. So please feel free to email later. I will make sure that we have something for you. I like that I see everyone's ribs on the mat. And that's a good cue for all of us. So 4 more. 3, 2. All right, you're going to take a full body stretch. And again, try to stretch out your fingers. Try to create space between the toes. Shift your hips right and left, meaning let one leg get longer than the other and then the other. Not by bending the knee, but from the waist. That's a QL muscle. Like right now I feel my right one's either tighter or my microphone is inhibiting. So let me just see. Oh, that's better. So shift, and you want to feel like it's even in both. If you feel really tight on one of those QLs, that can sometimes create some back pain. So even it out here. And then exhale, come up. Use your abs. Grab a sip. You're doing great. Grab a sip. So 8 ounces or so. You'll want to drink before the class is over on this end. All right, we're going to be doing an overhead press. Let me show you what that is. It looks like this. So it is a heavier weight. If that doesn't serve you, do a lateral raise. Do something safe for you. So if you're doing overhead press, you may have somewhere between 3 and 8. Now I'm going to stand up without using my hands on my thighs or an object. If you can, check your space. Push up. Make sure a fan's not on. And push. Keep going. I know I'm old-fashioned, but I don't like that when the belly keeps showing. Okay. All right, go up. Good. And up. Yep, that's a girl. That's right. Now your abs help you, especially right there. Your abs help you, especially right there. Yes. Yes. Now, are you even in both feet? If you had a scale under both of your feet, would they read half your weight exactly? Or does your body tend to shift? Like mine accidentally wanted to go right just then. So I'm gonna monitor that cue. I love it, good. All right, guys, take 5 more. Lower those down. Good job. Lower those down. Now, I'm going to offer a stretch with a tree. So if you want to do a balance pose that strengthens your glute, add a tree pose. And then the stretch would be interlaced. Hold. Just 5, 4. That glute's getting stronger. 3. Now lower your foot. We're going to do tree pose on the other side. So I'm going to use my hand to help get it up, kind of place. You can also do this on the calf. Interlace and lift. 5. I looked at the clock and making sure I don't run over. This class goes fast for me. 3, 2, yeah. Good, Jean. You're usually really good at tree, so I wouldn't let it bother you. You'll be right back up on that tree. Okay, now we are going to do a little lateral raise. So this is a heavier weight because it's a longer lever. So I'm going to say anywhere between 3 and 9, or sorry, 3 and 8. 3 and 8, I'd say. And also, you can always change weights midway. No one's keeping you on the same weight. Your form and your safety is more important. And for me, keeping a habit is half of the benefit. Like I keep my systems, I keep my persistence. And then it just is what I am. I'm an exerciser, I'm fit. It's just what I do. So you keep it in your system. Even if it's modified, it does not matter. It's just what you are. It's just who you are. So what I see looks good. I see that everybody's wrist looks neutral. You can sort of go through your cue and see if that feels good to you. What I see looks good. You only really need to go to shoulder height for our high benefit, low risk. So I don't want you to feel like you have to go higher. I want you to see that your hand weights are in your vision. They're not drifting behind you. They're slightly ahead of the plane of your body. It's called the scapular plane. It's a safer place for your shoulder to work. And we've got weights in our hands, so we want to be safe. Good, strong shoulders. Make sure you're not loading groceries up on your forearm. We don't want to use these shoulders for that. That can create neck issues. But you're strong in the shoulders. All right, now, just see if you can keep them. I like to just open up a little bit on this. Walk right. I think of a mummy since not Thanksgiving, it's close to, but not Christmas. What's the other one? Halloween. Halloween. Exercise helps memory, can you tell? So Halloween, you're walking like a mummy. Shoulders, shoulders. Wrist neutral, head back. So notice if your head wants to go forward or if your body wants to kind of sway, you don't want it to do that. You're static, you're stable, just the arm. Just the arm. Good. And that's what I see. Everyone's square. No one's rotating away. Now, the breath. Breathe in the nose. Breathe out the nose. That helps with immunity. Helps with not having inflammation. Couldn't believe all of the benefits of nose breathing. Breathe in. All right, let's do one more each, guys. Breathe in. Breathe in. Let the hand weights go for a moment, and we're going to do a stretch where we try to catch one hand behind us low, one hand behind us high. Now, if you can't do that, just pick one of those. Take this leg up to a right knee angle. Can you see with my black pants on? So I'm up at 90. Extend 5 times while you hold your balance. Can you see that too? Yeah. Lower, switch, Dynamic balance, but also hip flexor. If your body tries to lean back, don't let it. Pull your knee up. Now once you're up, you're vertical. I'm going to give myself a second here. Then extend. You got it, Jean. 1, 2. That's great for your hip flexor there. 4, 5. Lower. And knocking on the door of life, one of my favorite moves in Qigong. We're going to add a curl of a hammer or a supinated. So grab a sip. This is probably a heavier weight. So grab a sip. We'll do, I'd say 5 would be the least. And let's say 10, up to 10. Let me show you supinated. And I want you to scan your wrist, you to scan your elbows. Neck soft. And I'm going to do 5 and then I'll show you. So one that you could do if you need to is brachioradialis or hammer curl, kind of like you have a screwdriver, a drill in your hand. Yeah, so you can try that. Check your wrist, check your body. We're all going through different things. All right, I'm going to go back to supinated. Looks like everybody's knees are long, but nobody's locking backwards. Verify that. Last 5. Good. I like how nobody's leaning forward. All right, lower these down. Let's sneak in 1 plank and 1 back. So that's abs and back. Hold. 1. Good. 2. Yep, I know. I just started. 3. There you go. 4. 5. 6. Long knees. 7. Good. Everybody's form looks good. 8. 9. Rest. Let your hands be kind of like little triangles near your head. Lift up and down. 10. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Now your hands are going to help you and let your toes be down. Hold. 10. And then a child's, one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Take a moment, sit up. Look at the time. Sorry, guys. Just take a moment to set an intention of wellness for the rest of your day. With so much appreciation. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I just realized the time. I got another person.